Hey everyone, welcome back to Two Sisters Unscripted. I'm Megan.
And I'm Caitlin.
And guess what, everyone? We're in the same room. Caitlin has joined us here in New York. I'm very excited about it.
That's right. Yes, I'm here for a week, so
Woohoo!
I'm gonna enjoy some time with family and just doing some things.
Record some episodes for you guys so we don't leave you hanging like we have every other week for the past month.
Yes. So last week I ended up just what we call for my job flexing some days. So I ended up working 4 days in a row, and I worked 12-hour shifts. So I was definitely very tired.
Also, she could come home and watch Erin in her first Irish dance recital.
Yes, and I'm a sucker. So Erin was like, "Will you come to my recital?" And I'm like, "Bitch, I already booked the flight. It's happening."
She was very excited to see you that morning, too.
Yes. I don't think, what's funny is, like, it's really cute watching them grow into their, like, who they are, my niece and my nephew, but obviously you see a day in and day out, like, new things, but I think it's, even from last month, Keegan, like, wasn't saying my name, and when I just came back, like, now he's saying it.
Caitlin, Caitlin.
And even so, like, when I left, every time I've come back up to this point, like, you always have to be like, "Oh, do you want to, like, give, her a hug," and blah, blah, blah. But this time around, I was sitting on the couch, and Erin just comes down, and she sprints over to me and, like, throws herself in my arms, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm a sucker." Like, "I will give you all my money." But yeah, so it's definitely fun to kind of see their personalities just really start to evolve, and not evolve, but like come through, and I think I see it more because obviously I'm not here all the time. So like when I come back, I'm like, "Oh, that's really cute," or "That's new," or "That's sassy," right?
Oh, Erin is sassy.
Yeah, both her kids got some sass to them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, look at this. Apple don't fall far from the tree." But yeah, I'm excited to just be back and to hang out with family and see some friends and
get some stuff done, some work.
Yeah, definitely
work trip.
some work. Yeah. So our next couple podcasts, they might be a little bit more, I don't want to say heavy, but serious. Yeah. So we wanted to kind of keep it a little light, and we decided to kind of play a game of sisterly 21 questions. And I already know I was gonna say, well, I might as well say it. I was like, all you freaks out there, don't. I know. When you start trying to get to know somebody way back then, let's play 21 questions. No, this is just a fun, lighthearted game.
Some sisterly
21 questions.
It's a little hot seat 21 questions. Some of them are funny, some a little deep. We have not shared our answers with each other.
Yeah.
So it should be fun.
This is also, like, we haven't even really thought of the answers, so it's still pretty...
We haven't even read all the questions. We asked ChatGPT to make them, and we haven't even read them yet.
So we're here, and
we're going to do this.
Unscripted, baby.
All right. First question. What's one thing you always have to pack for a trip, even if you don't use it?
I was going to say toothpaste, but obviously I use that.
I was going to say, I hope you use that.
One thing I pack, even if I don't use it,
I would say mine is like a curling iron. Like, I always bring a curling iron thinking I'm going to, like, get dressed up and go out, and I end up throwing my hair up in a clip or just leaving it down.
Okay, I always pack workout shoes. Like, I have runner shoes, like my runners that I wear. I just wear them casually too, and I run with them, but also just like workout shoes for like strength training, because sometimes I just don't go do it, right? So I'll be like, okay, I'll run, I'll walk, I do these different things to stay active, but like I don't necessarily go and actually like train. So now it's, I have Nationwide through my gym, but I would say that's probably it. Okay. What's the weirdest thing you believed as a kid?
That somebody died in the middle of our bedroom.
Thank you, Dad.
I think we brought this up before.
Yeah.
Dad told us, because our beds were like parallel to each other, and our dad told us that they had to put the beds like that because of the man that died in the middle of the room. And I was 7, so I believed it for the first couple of years we lived there.
The weirdest thing I believed... I really can't say it's weird, because I believed in Santa, I believed in all that, but a lot of kids believed in that, so I wouldn't say that's a necessarily weird thing, but I did believe in young Santa. Kids listening.
I'll put this as explicit, maybe they won't.
Don't have your kids listen to this. I'm sure no kids will even tune into this, but they'd be like, who are these old hags? No, I'm just kidding. Listen to that post talking about this.
Alright, weirdest thing.
But I would say... I think what's interesting is I did believe in Santa until I was 12. Because I was like, Lord Jesus, when I found out Santa Claus wasn't real, I was devastated.
Oh, it was the end of the world in our house.
Because all I had was just immense guilt wash over me. Because, you know, I remember I would go, there would be some Christmases where I would just kind of throw a little bit of a tantrum. Because I'm like, this isn't what I am, being a brat. But then I went into...
A couple of Christmases?
Stop that.
Okay.
And then I went to...
we can't spend too much time on one question.
I went to school, though, and I remember saying, I was like, no, Santa Claus is definitely real, because, like, our parents can't afford all this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so...
We argued with kids at school.
Yeah, I was like, they're real! Anyways, so okay. Yeah, I would say that.
So I already know my answer to the next one, because I just read the question. If we switch lives for one day... What's the first thing you would do?
Yours is probably going to be take a nap.
No, actually it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
If we switched lives for one day and I was you, I'd pack all my shit and move back to New York.
Wow. Oh my god. Wow.
All right, go ahead.
I pack all your shit and come down to North Carolina.
So we'd be in separate states again. All right.
What's a food you secretly hate but pretend to like?
I mean, at this point in my life, if I don't like it, I'm not eating it.
That's exactly it. I would never pretend to like a food.
Yeah,
ever.
We're gonna skip that question because we just kind of answered it.
Yeah. Who would you play in a movie about your life? Oh, who would play you? Sorry, in a movie about your life, and who would play me?
Oh, who would play me?
Sandra Bullock.
I was going to say the same thing. Sandra Bullock's playing both of us.
No. I said it because I feel like you, like, I think sass-wise, Sandra Bullock. But looks-wise, I feel like you for Sandra Bullock.
I don't know.
Who would play me.
Oh, Bridget Moynihan, who plays Erin Reagan in Blue Bloods.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
She's playing me.
Yeah.
All right, well, yes.
What about me?
Sandra Bullock.
No.
Why?
I said Sandra Bullock for you.
Okay, so for me, my question. Bridget Moynihan's playing me. You're about to not get Sandra Bullock because you're a bitch. Who do I want for you? I don't know. Fine, you can have Sandra Bullock.
I just said no.
You don't get to choose who I'm answering for my question, so now you have to answer it.
Well, I don't have anyone. I said Sandra Bullock for you.
Okay, and who for you?
I don't know. I'm torn.
These questions are going to make us...
Is this based on personality or appearance?
I don't know. It doesn't say.
Okay, because I said Sandra Bullock for you for appearance.
Okay. So what about for you? Who's playing you? Who would you want to play you?
No one looks like me.
It doesn't... Who would you want to play? Kind. It could be freaking Chris Pratt if you wanted it to. Who do you want?
She's sassy. I don't know.
Okay, nobody's playing Caitlin. She'll play herself.
Oh! Yes! I deserve to be on the big screen.
Your most irrational fear.
I'm really not going to say it. Because there could be a serial killer listening to this podcast, and I don't need them trying to use it against me.
What is mine?
I think I would know what yours is. But I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, we're going to skip that one too.
Because a serial killer could be listening to this podcast and
we'll replace it. What was the question you had?
Oh.
We'll replace the question with one
if you had all the money in the world, what top three things would you like get or have or incorporate into your lifestyle? Money not an option.
Money not an option.
Not an option, sorry. Money not a
problem.
A problem. Yeah, thank you.
I would have a giant house on the Sacandaga where all of our family could spend summers. I would have a compound for our family in North Carolina and one in New York. There's my 3. We can all be together happily ever after.
We'll use a compound as 1.
In both New York and...
Yeah, that's 1.
Okay.
What's the 3rd?
I would set up college and bank accounts for the kids.
Oh.
Yeah, they're not as fun now that I have kids. But the the house on the Sacandaga includes the dock, the boats, the jet skis.
All of it, yeah.
The whole 9, yeah. And set my kids up for success. That would be it.
Nice, okay.
Wait, but also, damn it! I want all of our businesses that we've been talking about to be true.
I'll make that one of mine.
Okay.
All right. So one of mine, all of our
We're working together. We're just going to pool our money together.
Yeah. I would have a chef.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I would have a chef.
At our compounds. All right, we're working it.
I would have a chef. And I would have... Well, if one of our things... We always joke that one of our things is like a spin studio / gym. Because one of the things I said before was like a home, like a gym setup. But why? If we're going to do that, I use that as one of my things. Yeah. So that, a chef. And if I had all the money, what 3 things?
One more.
Yeah. I would,
I have another one that I would add to mine.
3 things. Okay, so I guess it's, I don't really, if I feel like if a genie in the bottle was granted, he would be like, this wouldn't work. Limitless vacations. Like, just everywhere.
To travel the world.
Yeah, like everywhere.
So,
like with friends, family.
We're about to add another one. If we have unlimited money, why do we need 3? I would retire Dad so he can do all the traveling with us.
Oh, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah, it's automatic.
Yeah.
All right. Next question.
I was gonna say in-law, but we have a compound. We don't need that.
We don't need it. He gets his own house.
Okay.
What's
one word you'd use to describe me that I probably wouldn't pick for myself?
Annoying. No.
It's okay. In my head, I was gonna say anal.
I don't know. If you can think of one for me, go, because I'm thinking. Damn. See, I don't want dead air, but we got to think about these questions here.
You describe me that I probably wouldn't pick for myself. For you. Outgoing.
For me?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I'm not outgoing. I hate everything and everyone.
No. After becoming a mom, she just got up on stage with her child and did a dance in front of a packed auditorium. You would think, because it was like a dance recital it was young kids and whatever, you wouldn't think there would be too many people there. It was packed. Like almost all the seats were filled in this thing, and she got up on stage to do this with Aaron. She talks to the parents at the school. Like, that's what you become more outgoing, and I would say that. But I
put on a good act.
Yeah, it's fine. Fake it till you make it.
Damn, that was really sweet, and now I still don't have one for you.
That's okay. I'm all things.
Well, it's one that you wouldn't pick for yourself.
I would probably.
You would pick up for yourself.
That's
so
right.
Yeah,
I can be annoying.
Okay, then we're going with that one. Lovable.
I am
lovable.
Very lovable.
Annoyingly lovable.
I'm annoyingly lovable. Yes.
All right. What's your go-to karaoke song, even if you can't sing?
Lizzo, Truth Hurts. Boom. Yours.
Any Shania Twain song.
Ooh, I Feel Like a Woman.
Any Shania Twain song.
It should be that one.
All right. That one was a little easier.
What reality show would you crush on?
Big Brother.
What does crush mean, like, do well on?
I feel like crush it. Like, what reality show would you
crush on?
All right, so what reality show would you do good on? Big Brother. I've seen every season. I know all the behind the scenes. And Mom would be with me because she loved Big Brother.
Yeah.
Big Brother would be mine.
Okay. So, I would not crush on this, but it's something that I talk to my friends about. Love Island. And the reason why I say that, I wouldn't be able to actually do it because the actual, I don't know if y'all ever watched it. I think I watched like 1.5 seasons. But they do like actual games and it's gross. Like they do some gross stuff. They like do bird stuff where this one they literally fed each other, but it was like how a bird would feed the young.
Yeah, that's
and
disgusting.
I'm like, that's right. I was like, I wouldn't even do that. That's nasty.
I want to do Amazing Race, but I'm scared of heights. They do a lot of height stuff. I don't like there was one season where one of the partners had to eat scorpions while the other let them crawl over them. I'm good. Yeah. Like, I'm just good.
Well, anyways, going back to what I was saying, the reason why I say Love Island, though, is because a lot of times I feel like in the show, with most of these love shows or whatever, and I feel like unfortunately with a lot of the game show type things too, you have people now coming in that are, they're in it for like clout or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel like some of these people on these shows are unrealistically beautiful, right? I'm like, this doesn't make sense, right? So I'm like, I just want to be like an average looking person. I'm cute or whatever, but like be an average looking person and be like, listen, like, we ain't here, right? We can be fun and just be minding my own business. I'll be a vibe. Any place I go, they love me. All right, next question.
What's something I do that you admire but have never told me? I feel like this kind of goes back to what would you say? What's one word?
That I admire.
That you admire about me.
Honestly, I think I told you this, though. I'm pretty straightforward. But you're a really great fucking mom.
Oh.
You're a great mom. And I think actually after having kids, I think you become a lot more selfless and not saying she was selfish, but I think you've evolved so much as a person, as a woman, and as a mom in general, obviously. And I think you're pretty fucking great.
Thank you. Something I admire about you, the amount of freaking schooling you dealt with.
I don't even want to talk about that.
But anyway, I admire it.
Oh, I don't. Give me something else. I hate that about.
I mean, but I feel like the other thing I'm going to say is something that you know. The amount you care for your patients.
Oh my God, it's work and school with me.
Oh my God.
Give me something else.
The fact that you ran over 9 miles today is absolutely batshit.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, okay. All right. What's one moment from our childhood that shaped who you are?
Oh. Child, like what? Oh, child.
Mom.
What age? I mean, just our whole life with Mom shaped us.
Exactly. That's the biggest main thing that shaped me. I don't think there is anything else that I can look at my childhood and be like, wow, that really did it for me.
I mean,
splitting my chin open on that radiator.
That shaped your face.
You fucking bitch.
Anyway, moving on.
But yes, mom definitely, I think, shaped us who we are now, how we were raised, all of it. So yeah.
What is the best compliment you've ever received? Caitlin just gave me mine.
Shut up.
I would say that, I mean, just in general, like, when someone goes, you're an amazing friend, or mom, or wife, or daughter, which, Dad, if you're listening, if you happen to throw that out there every once in a while, no. I don't know. That would be just that I'm there for the people that I love.
I think it's weird to answer this because it's like, how are we staying humble? Is there anything as humility during this answer? Well, Megan brought up my work, and I'm like, leave work out of it. But actually, a lot of my patients actually tell me how much patience I have with them, and it's a very rare.
That's a great compliment.
It's a very
for
rare
anyone
thing
in healthcare.
Yeah. So I think that's a big one that I often get. And then on a separate note, I get a lot that people like my smile and my dimples and my freckles.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, thanks.
So, no one said they liked your fake laugh, right?
And it's never fake. All right. How do you handle self-doubt when it creeps in?
Soaking it.
Mama, on my hood, I look fly, I look good. I sing in the mirror. I do a little of also Missy Elliott with I got that cute face, chubby waist, thick legs, and shake it.
Anyway, I don't know. I kind of sit in it for a while.
I let it. When it starts to creep in, I let it.
I open the gates and let it in.
I open, let it in. We sit there. We have a campfire.
We talk it out. Decide which way we're going, which path we're taking.
I think that's also valid though. Like you can't.
You can't just act like it's not there.
Right, exactly. Like self-doubt's always going to be there, so you can't just like launch it back into the universe and hope for that it like never comes in. It's always gonna be there. But
I have to say, lately, if self-doubt starts to creep in, I turn to. I mean, obviously, I tell you when I cry on the phone, but I turn to my lovely neighbor friend Diana. You're right over there?
I was just going to say, your Lord Savior, Jesus Christ.
No, my lovely neighbor, Diana. My walking partner. We walk, we talk, we cry.
Yeah.
And it's very helpful to just get it out there and know that the self-doubt isn't what everybody else is seeing.
Yeah. 100%.
So that's what I would say.
I think, it's right. I think it's fair to get out there. When I'm not like actively doing the task, I kind of am like, okay, well, why am I thinking this, right? But then as I'm actively doing the task, like today when I was running, for example, or when I run just in general and I start getting gassed or doing a workout, start getting gassed, that's part of self-doubt. I was like, you can't finish this. Like, this is crazy.
You're better than me. I would have just stopped at the first pizza spot I passed and been like, food.
Oh, no. I start yelling, like, to myself out loud. I'm like, you got this. I'm like, you got this. I swear, like, if anyone passes me,
I'm going to go find her and record her one day.
Yeah, you guys are going to see my hands going. And I'm like, you got
this. Flipping herself off.
So, yeah, that's how I handle it. If you could go back and relive one day from your life, which would it be and why?
Do you know? Do you know what day you would?
I don't know what day I would.
I don't know.
But I know.
I don't know, like,
the
this
general
time frame.
Yeah. Camp?
Yup. Yup. It would be sitting on the deck.
Yup. Fry heifer cookies. Mom,
Grandma, Dee Dee, and Papa,
Dad,
everybody, and
even Uncle.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Because back then it wasn't what it is now. So we were
Coco.
Yeah. Yep. I love that we were going to the same time frame. I'm like, I can't tell you exactly what date it was, but it was every summer for the first so many years of our lives.
Yep.
What's something about adulthood you wish people were more honest about? You don't get to take the naps.
When you have kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I take my naps if I need them.
Mm-mm. I don't get naps. I want naps.
I think, honestly, grief.
Yeah.
I think that's a big one. I think when you're younger, people are always like, oh, you know, be nice to one another. You things happen. Like, it's very,
you
like,
never know.
It's really, like, very nonchalantly, addressed and brought into topic. But I don't think people actually really And it's hard to anyways. Like, how do you actually sit down and talk about grief if you haven't if it's not being experienced in that moment as well? You know, like, what are you supposed to pull a kid aside and be like, one day we'll die, and hopefully before you know, like, how are you even say that? But
we will be the first ones to be honest and unscripted on this podcast, to be like, grief effing sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks.
So I think that's one thing.
And it doesn't ever truly heal. It just gets easier to live with.
Yeah. And I think
yeah, agreed.
Oh, about adulthood. Sorry, I don't know why as I read it I was thinking more of like as a kid going into adult, like.
No, I mean, but that's something
adulthood.
Something about adulthood that people, they're not honest about, even as an adult.
Even as they're going through it. I'm fine.
Yeah.
It's like the dog sitting in the house on fire. I'm fine. This is fine. Mm-hmm. Everything's fine.
Yes. That is grief in a nutshell, in a meme. When was the last time you felt really proud of yourself?
Damn,
Caitlin's was this morning. Actually, this afternoon.
For what?
When we decided we are gonna beyond fight for justice for Mom and everybody else that can't fight for themselves.
Yeah, that's
another podcast episode.
I don't know if
Stay
that
tuned.
Was like for me, I felt like,
I mean, we were always doing that
like
though, like
rage and like fire flaming.
Besides that, I would say proud of myself was Friday.
When you got up on that stage
at Erin's recital, when I got up there with her, because that's not me.
Yeah.
But my daughter needed me, so that's what I did.
That's right. Yeah, as a parent, you become everything. But yeah, no. This morning when I ran, I don't even remember if I said it, but I ran 9.16 miles, right? So I ran. That was the longest I've run, and I took 2 stops. One was after 4.5 miles because I was actually meeting up with a friend, and one was 4.5 miles. And I was thinking to myself, "Damn, am I still gonna keep running, or like am I gonna run into her?" So I stopped my watch, started walking a little bit. I walked probably, I don't even know, maybe like 50 feet, and then I saw her come, and I said, "Thank God," right? So, and then I ran back and I stopped where her car was, as well. But I always just go back. I mean, movement is such a privilege, and I'm just really grateful to be able to move my body, and that was just a really proud moment because that was the longest I've run, and I'm really proud of myself. So yeah. What's something you've learned about relationships that took you a long time?
I don't know.
I don't think it took me a long time to learn this, but I think it stands even more true as an adult. But with relationships, you really have to put in the work for it.
Yeah.
And
it just doesn't come.
Yeah. And that's just not like relationships with a partnership. That's
anything. Friendships,
family, right? Sisters. Like, I mean, a lot of work goes into it, and a lot of it is about just the communication of it. And it's very different from when you were a teenager or a young adult.
We were born into the same house, same parents, and we found out how many years later that we actually had to work even to be like where we are now.
Yeah. So
I get it. I agree with that.
Okay, cool. Nothing else to add?
Something I learned about relationships that took a long time. No, I think you kind of hit it on the head there. Patience.
Yeah.
Patience. I feel like that goes in with working.
Yeah.
At it. Yeah, that's mine.
Okay. What's one thing, we're coming to the end, Joel. What's one thing you think people misunderstand about our relationship?
People that know us now, I would say that they think we were always close.
Yeah.
I would
a lot of people don't think we're sisters.
No.
They think we're friends. I would say that.
Like, people that just started following us because of the podcast might think that we've always been close.
Yeah.
And up until a couple years ago, we were sisters. We loved each other, hated each other, loved each other, hated each other. That's just the way the relationship went. But, I mean, that's sisters.
I think a lot of people, because we have the podcast, because we are close now, I think a lot of people really don't know, like, we are literal opposites of each other. Like,
and we have our similarities, like, everybody has a couple things that are similar.
But I think, like, some of our thoughts, but are just interest, I guess. Our goals are kind of the same for certain things, but
our goals when it comes to future businesses, podcasts, loved ones are all the same, but, like, music-wise, we don't really listen to the same music, read the same books.
We don't have really the same, like, outfit taste, like, fashion taste.
I mean, we both
wear black all the time.
Black leggings.
Yeah, it's like we're...
But, like, when we get dressed up to go out, we're different.
We're different, yeah. But anyways, yeah, so that's one thing I would say.
If we wrote a book about our sisterhood, what would the title be? Spiraling Sisters. Didn't we talk about that before?
No, I think it would be Letters to Our Parents.
That would be a good one.
Yeah. Don't take it, y'all. I think Letters to Our Parents. Because
by the Spiraling Sisters.
Or you don't have a gallbladder now, by the Shitting Sisters.
We're both gallbladderless.
Yeah. But I think really, because if we're talking about our sisterhood, I think we've just evolved so much from, obviously, with just into adulthood, and how we view things, was different, and how our childhood obviously has shaped us, and those steps to get there. But additionally, I think we owe a lot to mom and dad, and, some of that might be, just speaking candidly, some of that might just be some generational trauma that was passed down that we had to work through, but still working through. But a lot of it outweighs that, and that's just how they raised us, and their love for us. So I think that would be it.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, see, I'm just that good at answering, y'all. She only got an answer.
So we have one more, like, serious one, and then we'll end on a fun one.
Okay.
So, move your hand. Sorry. She's trying to look ahead. What's your favorite us memory? Just the two of us.
Just the two of us. Hey, we can make it if we try. Just the two
We're trying to make it through this podcast.
A more recent one.
Okay.
Not so recent as driving down to Miami. More recent. What is that show?
I don't know where. Oh, our new show?
Yes.
Yeah. Nobody Wants This.
Yes. Nobody Wants This. And that was more recent. And was it over the summer or the last time? It was over the summertime I was here. It wasn't the last time I was here.
It was Christmas time.
Christmas, yeah. So Christmas time, we ended up just binge watching the show, because I sent it to her. I said, oh my God, we have to watch this. And then we ended up binge watching the show. And then there was one night that we both fell asleep, and I was just like, I fell asleep on her lap. Like, my head was on her lap. And I don't know. That was a
good bonding moment.
Yeah, that was like one of my favorite memories.
I mean, it's the first time in years that we hung out, just us. Not us and Dad, not us and Sean, not us and the kids. Just us. Not funerals, not wakes, like, not weddings. Yeah. Just us. No, that was
I should say, it was one where we weren't, because there was other times, but we weren't occupied by doing something, because you just said that, and, like, there was a time, like, when we were putting together Mom's memorial slideshow.
We didn't have
but it wasn't a task at the end.
Like, even, like, we spent a lot of time planning Dad's party and running around the night before and the day up, but we we had our head in the game.
Yes.
We had a task and we had to finish it. This was, we had nowhere to go. It was just us on the couch. It was snowing out. Yeah. We were snowed in. The kids were in bed. Sean was working on the house and we were just chilling. Yeah. No, that's a good one. That's definitely my favorite recent. I remember, I guess it wasn't just us. We were younger, and I have one of my favorite photos is us up at the camp, like modeling whatever weird clothes Grandma and Mom put us in. And we had the barrettes in our hair, and I have the photo, and we're both like almost like finger guns at the. Oh my God. But I remember the moment. Like, I remember just, I mean, having fun. And do you remember writing all the like guns? We had all the construction paper up to camp, and we would write everyone like a good morning letter.
Yes.
I don't like little things like that, and they're some of my favorite memories. And that's when everyone was still here.
Would, like, always be awake with us though, like because she was always
eating her mandarin oranges at the table. Guys, mandarin oranges and Metamucil. That is what our great grandmother had every morning. And she lived till she was 97, and she lived by herself till she was 96.
Yes, and a good quality of life. Let's just say that. She wasn't like walking around, you know, like a zombie, like a good.
Oh no, ordering all the stuff off QVC. Yeah. All right, what was that last question you had, Caitlin? That was the fun one.
I already said it.
About Friends.
Money. About Friends.
The last episode of Friends.
Was that? Oh, okay.
Well, I don't want to finish on such a serious one, so.
Well, I thought that was a good one. Anyways, that's a good one, but. All right, it was just like so we watched Friends, and I come back and I hear just because there's construction happening on the house, so I'm sleeping on the couch, but like I have the TV on because it's dark, and I'm like I can't be doing this. I got night lights at home, so Friends was on, but it's the last episode of Friends. No, one of the last episodes. Was that the last? Mm-hmm. Okay, so the last episode of Friends, and Rachel is getting on the plane because she's about to go to Paris, right? And Ross comes up and he's like, Rachel! And he's like, I love you. Don't leave. So what if you were in that position with the history that you have and all this stuff coming up to this point, and someone comes up and they're like, Megan, I love you. Stay. Don't get on the plane. Are you getting on the plane?
I'm Rachel and he's Ross.
Oh, I said the situation. Are you getting on the plane?
I don't know. No? Yes? No.
You're not getting on the plane.
I don't know. I mean, she has her... She's going away for her, like, dream job, but they have a kid together. But Ross is crazy. I mean, he freaked out over someone eating his sandwich.
I would too.
And they were on a break. I don't know. I think I would try to get, if that was the case, I'd try to get Ross to go with me. If that was my dream job, and he can dig up dinosaurs anywhere in the world, I would try to get him to come with me and my daughter. Yeah. That would be my answer. Yeah. I get off the plane to try to talk to him, work it out, and see if his ass will get on the plane. Right. Yep. That's my answer, and I'm sticking to it. Okay. What about you?
It would never even get to that point. It would not get to that point because I'm very... Like, it needs to be figured out before this. So if there was any feelings of, like, animosity or any feelings of, like, something being sparked before this, like, I would already have that conversation with him and be like, listen, are we good? Because we ain't about to have that situation happen. I ain't about to have you coming up at the airport talking about you need to not, blah, blah, blah. No, like, we needed to discuss this right now before I even accept
Well, you don't have to worry about it because nowadays you can't get that far into the airport without a ticket.
Nowadays, I can't even get that far into a relationship. So, it wouldn't even matter, right? So, honestly, I would chase the career. So, because you would be the person coming at the airport. Don't leave.
I'm trying to get her to move up from North Carolina. She's not going to cross the ocean. Don't leave. Not without me.
Oh, no, New Zealand. Sounds like it's New Zealand.
We've already had this episode. I'll be in Ireland.
Hawaii. Hawaii, New Zealand.
I'll still be in Ireland.
But anyways, yeah, so that's it just wouldn't even get to that point. So, well, and those are the 23 questions.
No, I think we're still 21 because I think I skipped 2.
We skipped 2?
Well, the one we didn't answer. Anyway, we'll figure that out after. Thank you guys for listening as per usual. This was a fun episode. We'll have to do another game, lighthearted one after the serious ones we have coming up in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I think it was fun. We should do 21 questions with Dad.
Ooh, we might have to record that while you're home. All right, guys.
What trauma did you pass down to us? How do you feel about gentle parenting?
Oh no, please don't open that can of worms.
All right, guys. As always super fun to be able to record this for you, and we appreciate everyone who's reached out and was just inquiring, and we're
gonna try to do better. It's been a few months of craziness.
We're doing it. We're gonna do it. But anyways, thanks so much for teaching me some new things about you.
Yeah, same. And surprisingly, some of our questions were very similar.
Yeah, what's the Ross umami?
Yeah, but what does Rachel say at the end? Oh, I can't remember. Anyway, we'll have to rewatch it.
All right, guys. Well, as always, thanks so much, and we hope that you do something that brings you joy this week.
Have a wonderful week. Bye.
Bye.